Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Ready for a look at a biotech stock that's been making waves?
Yeah.
We're talking about Geron Corporation.
Oh,
Check symbol GERN.
yeah, I've heard of them.
Some analysts are getting really bullish on Geron, while others are urging caution.
So what's the real story?
Well, that's what we're going to unpack today, helping you decide if Geron deserves a spot in your portfolio.
Sounds good.
To understand Geron, you got to understand their lead drug candidate as Imetelstat.
Right.
What's so interesting about it is that it's targeting myelodysplastic syndromes, or MDS,
Yeah, DS,
and myelofibrosis,
Oh, okay.
better known as MF.
MF, right.
These are aggressive blood cancers.
Yeah, those are really serious.
And right now, current treatment options are limited.
Leaving a significant unmet need for patients.
Now, addressing an unmet medical need, that's always a big green flag in the biotech world.
For sure.
So how does Imetelstat stand out? What makes it a potential game changer?
Well, you see, Imetelstat works by targeting a specific enzyme that's overactive in these cancer cells.
Interesting.
It's a different approach than a lot of existing therapies.
Gotcha.
And the early clinical trial data has been very promising.
That's great.
Showing that Imetelstat can induce remissions in some patients who haven't responded to other treatments.
That's pretty amazing. A drug that could offer new hope for patients with these really serious blood cancers.
Absolutely.
No wonder there's buzz.
Yeah.
And I know there was some positive news from the FDA recently.
Oh, yeah. Back on December 2nd, 2024, the FDA gave Imetelstat a favorable review,
Okay.
granting it fast-track designation.
So what does that mean exactly?
Basically, the FDA is saying they recognize Imetelstat's potential to address this unmet need,
Gotcha.
and they're going to expedite its review process.
So that's a big deal then.
Oh, yeah. Huge plus for Geron.
That FDA review is big. And then on January 1st, 2025, we saw the CMS
The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services?
release a billing code for Imetelstat.
Right.
What does that tell us?
That's a really strong signal that hospitals are getting ready to administer the drug,
Oh, okay.
if and when it receives full approval.
So they're getting ready.
Yeah, they don't assign billing codes randomly.
Right, of course.
They do it when they anticipate a drug will be widely used.
Interesting.
Kind of a behind-the-scenes indicator that things are moving in the right direction for Geron.
Things seem to be lining up perfectly for Geron, but then we saw the stock take a hit, especially that drop of 9.07% on February 14th.
Oh, wow.
What happened there?
Well, that's where the broader context of the biotech sector comes in.
Okay.
The whole sector has been struggling with layoffs, budget cuts, and uncertainty around NIH funding.
So it's not just Geron.
No, this has created a lot of anxiety among investors.
I see.
And that fear can kind of spill over even onto companies with promising prospects like Geron.
So even though Geron itself might be doing well, they can't completely escape the storm clouds gathering over the biotech industry.
Exactly. It's a classic case of a rising tide lifts all boats, but a falling tide can bring even the strongest ships down.
Right.
Investors are getting skittish.
Yeah.
That can lead to sell-offs, even when the company's fundamentals are solid.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do we make sense of Geron's recent stock performance through the lens of technical analysis?
Well, from a technical standpoint, the fact that GERN is currently trading below both its 50-day and 200-day moving averages is generally considered a bearish signal.
Bearish, okay.
And that high-volume sell-off we saw recently, well, that could be a sign of capitulation.
Capitulation?
Where investors just give up and sell their holdings en masse.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So those technical indicators are suggesting some caution, but then again, we also have those analyst ratings to consider.
Right.
And those are painting a much more optimistic picture.
Absolutely. The consensus rating for GERN is currently a buy,
Okay.
with a median price target of $5.14.
Wow, that's considerably higher than where the stock is trading now.
It is.
So how do we reconcile those seemingly contradictory signals?
Well, analyst ratings are important,
Uh-huh.
but it's important to understand that they're based on projection and assumption about the future,
Right.
not guarantees of future performance.
Of course.
It's crucial to kind of dig deeper,
Okay.
look at the underlying factors driving those ratings,
I see.
and consider whether you agree with the analyst's assessments.
So analyst ratings should be just one piece of the puzzle, not the whole picture.
Exactly.
So let's talk about Geron's financials.
Okay.
How strong is their position and what's their outlook for the near future?
Well, Geron has stated that their current resources should be enough to fund their operations into the third quarter of 2025.
Okay, so they're good for a while.
But here's the catch.
Uh-oh.
That projection is based on the assumption that Imetelstat receives FDA approval.
Oh, so it all depends on that.
Yeah, that approval is really the linchpin for their financial stability right now.
Okay, so a lot hinges on that FDA decision.
It does.
It's a make-or-break moment for Geron.
You could say that.
And speaking of potential, we can't overlook the impressive long-term growth Geron has achieved.
You're right. Over the past 3 years, they've seen a growth rate of 188%.
Wow, that's incredible.
Which is remarkable for any company,
Yeah.
let alone one in the volatile biotech sector.
That's true. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, especially in biotech.
You got it.
So how should investors weigh that impressive growth against the inherent risks of biotech, especially with a company like Geron that's still pre-revenue?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It really comes down to individual risks tolerance.
Okay.
Biotech is inherently risky,
Uh-huh.
and pre-revenue companies are even more so.
I see.
But the potential rewards can be enormous.
So it's a balancing act.
Yeah, it's all about carefully assessing the risks and rewards and deciding if they align with your investment goals.
So before we wrap up this part of our conversation, what are some key things investors should keep an eye on in the coming weeks and months when it comes to Geron? What could move the needle for this stock?
Well, first and foremost, any news regarding Imetelstat's development and potential FDA approval is going to be critical.
Right.
Watch for press releases, clinical trial results, any updates on that front.
So any news about Imetelstat?
Yeah, and secondly, keep an eye on Geron's upcoming earnings announcements.
Okay.
They'll provide valuable insights into the company's financial health, their burn rate, and their plans for commercializing Imetelstat, assuming it gets approved.
Okay, so those are the key things to watch for, news about Imetelstat and Geron's financial performance.
Exactly.
But before we move on, there's another crucial aspect of Geron's story that we need to address.
Okay.
And it's a factor that could have a significant impact on Geron's future, regardless of how well Imetelstat performs.
Interesting.
We'll delve into that right after a quick word from our sponsor.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. We've been looking closely at Geron Corporation,
Ticker symbol GERN.
right, GERN, and its potential in the biotech world.
That's a fascinating company.
We talked about their lead drug candidate, Imetelstat.
Right, for MDS and MS.
Yeah, and the excitement surrounding its potential FDA approval.
Big potential there.
We also discussed that FDA review and CMS billing code release, which initially boosted investor confidence.
Yeah, seemed like everything was going great.
But then we saw that dip in the stock price,
Right, that February 14th drop.
which we connected to the broader challenges the biotech sector has been
A
facing.
lot of headwinds in the sector.
Layoffs, budget cuts, worries about NIH funding.
It's a tough environment out there.
So given all that, where do things stand for Geron?
Well, the most crucial factor is the approval of Imetelstat.
Makes sense?
Geron's entire financial outlook hinges on this.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Their resources are projected to last into Q3 2025,
Uh-huh.
but that's assuming the drug gets the green light.
It's a big if.
Any updates on that front will be market moving?
So investors need to stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Any news releases, clinical trial results, anything related to our Imetelstat's progress toward approval,
All critical.
investors need to be following closely.
Definitely.
And what about Geron's upcoming earnings announcements? What should investors be looking for there?
Well, earnings reports are always important
Of course.
for getting a sense of a company's financial health.
Right.
But for a biotech company like Geron that's still pre-revenue,
Yeah.
they can be really revealing.
What will they reveal?
Well, investors will be looking for clues about their burn rate,
Burn rate.
how quickly they're going through their cash,
Uh-huh.
and any hints about their commercialization strategy for Imetelstat.
Assuming it gets approved.
Right, assuming it gets approved.
Makes sense, because even with a potentially revolutionary drug,
Yeah.
actually getting it to market and generating revenue is a whole other challenge.
Huge jam.
Speaking of challenges, let's not forget about the competition.
Right.
What does the landscape look like for MDS and MF treatments? Are there other companies developing similar therapies?
That's a crucial question.
It is.
Understanding the competitive landscape is essential,
For sure.
especially in biotech.
Where innovation is constant.
Exactly. So are there other companies with promising drugs in the pipeline for these conditions?
It's a good question.
And how does Imetelstat stack up against the competition in terms of efficacy and safety?
Yeah, these are all things investors need to research.
For sure. Got to do your homework.
It sounds like potential investors have some homework to do, but you've mentioned that Geron has seen some pretty impressive long-term growth.
188% over the past 3 years.
Yeah, that's remarkable.
It is.
That has to be a positive sign, right?
Well, it certainly suggests that the company's doing something right.
Yeah.
There's belief in their potential.
Okay.
But it's crucial to remember
What's that?
past performance is not a guarantee of future results,
Always have to remember that.
especially in a volatile sector like biotech.
Right. So how can investors strike that balance between recognizing the potential for growth with the inherent risks of biotech, particularly with a pre-revenue companies like Geron?
Boils down to a few key things.
Okay, lay it on me.
Risk tolerance,
Uh-huh.
diversification,
Right.
and due diligence.
Due diligence, got it.
But first, how much risk are you comfortable taking on?
Yeah, good question.
Biotech is inherently risky, so you need to be honest with yourself about your risk appetite.
Be honest with yourself.
Then, how does Geron fit into your overall investment strategy?
Okay,
Don't put all your eggs in one basket,
that's always good advice.
especially in a volatile sector like biotech.
Makes sense.
And finally, have you done your homework?
Oh, the homework again?
Have you thoroughly researched Geron, their financials, their pipeline, and the competitive landscape?
It sounds like a lot of work.
It can be, but it's important.
Well, it all leads back to that important point you made earlier.
Do your own research.
Yes, do your own research. Don't blindly follow the hype to the headlines.
Right.
Take the time to understand the company and the risks involved.
Absolutely. Relying solely on what you hear on a podcast or read online is never enough.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to dig deeper, form your own opinions,
Right.
make informed choices based on your individual circumstances and risk tolerance.
So everyone's situation is different.
Exactly. What might be a great investment for one person could be totally unsuitable for another.
That makes sense.
It's all about finding investments that align with your personal financial goals and risk tolerance.
So investing is not one size fits all.
Not at all. It requires careful consideration,
Uh-huh.
research, and an understanding of both the potential rewards and the potential risks.
And that's especially true in a dynamic and often unpredictable sector like biotech.
It is. Lots of moving pieces.
So as we wrap up our discussion on Geron Corporation,
Yeah,
it's clear that this is a company with a lot of potential,
huge potential.
but also one that carries its fair share of risk.
High risk, high reward.
It's a classic high-risk, high-reward situation.
Imetelstat could be a groundbreaking treatment for patients with MDS and MS.
Yeah, it could really make a difference.
But there are still hurdles to overcome,
There are.
both for the drug's approval and for Geron's overall success in a competitive market.
So a lot could still happen.
It's a story that's still being written.
And I'm sure our listeners are eager to see what the next chapter holds.
Me too.
Now, before we move on to our final thoughts on Geron,
Okay.
we want to take a quick moment to remind our listeners.
Yes, folks, if you're enjoying this, look at Geron Corporation.
Yeah.
We'd love for you to subscribe to Investing Talk podcast.
It would really help us out.
And don't forget to share this episode with your fellow investors.
Word of mouth is the best.
We always appreciate your support.
We've been talking about doing your own research, and I think that's especially true when it comes to Geron Corporation.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're operating in a really complex space, and there are a lot of moving parts to consider.
Lots of moving parts.
One of those crucial moving parts is the overall health of the biotech sector.
Right, exactly.
Even if Imetelstat gets approved
Yeah.
and everything goes smoothly for Geron internally,
Okay.
there are external factors
Mm-hmm.
that could impact their performance.
Like what kind of factors?
So you're saying Geron's success isn't solely dependent on their own actions?
Right, they're at the mercy of broader market trends.
I see.
It's like we were talking about before, the layoffs, the budget cuts, the uncertainty surrounding NIH funding.
Yeah, those
More things have been plugging the whole biotech sector.
So it's a sector-wide problem.
Yeah, and these factors can impact investor sentiment,
Okay.
funding opportunities, and even the valuations of biotech companies.
So Geron could be doing everything right, but if the whole industry is struggling, they could still face headwinds.
Exactly. It's like trying to sail a perfectly sound ship in stormy seas.
Right.
Even the strongest vessel can be tossed around by external forces.
So what are some specific things that investors should be watching for in the biotech sector that could potentially impact Geron, even if they're executing well on their own strategy?
Well, any changes in government policies related to drug pricing
Okay.
or healthcare regulations could have a big impact.
Big impact, gotcha.
Similarly, shifts in investor appetite for risk, particularly within the biotech sector, can lead to volatility,
Volatility, right there.
regardless of a company's individual performance.
So even positiveness for Geron,
Like a successful clinical
or
trial.
approval for Imetelstat,
Yeah, might not necessarily translate into stock gains if the overall sector is in a downturn.
interesting. It really highlights the importance of understanding the broader context
Yes,
and being aware of the potential impact of market sentiment.
absolutely.
Individual stocks, especially in a volatile sector like biotech, don't exist in a vacuum.
Nope, they're all interconnected.
This has been a really fascinating look at Geron Corporation.
We covered a lot.
We covered a lot of ground, from Imetelstat's potential to the challenges facing the biotech sector and how it all ties back to Geron's prospects.
It's been great talking about this with you.
It's been a pleasure breaking down this complex story with you.
It reminds us that investing is about more than just numbers.
Right.
It's about understanding the stories behind those numbers and the factors that drive them.
Geron certainly has a compelling story.
It does.
A potentially game-changing drug.
Yeah.
A company navigating a complex and challenging market.
Uh-huh.
And the ever-present element of risk and reward.
For sure.
It's a story that's still unfolding, and that's what makes it so intriguing to follow.
Definitely keeps things interesting.
So to wrap things up, what are your final thoughts for our listeners who are considering Geron as a potential investment?
I think Geron is a company with enormous potential,
Okay,
driven by their work with Imetelstat,
right.
but it's really crucial to recognize those inherent risks associated with the biotech sector.
Those risks are always there.
Do your research, understand the company's financials, and most importantly, align your investment decisions with your personal risk tolerance.
Solid advice. And to
Thanks.
all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us for this look at Geron Corporation, ticker symbol GERN.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you found this discussion informative and insightful. Don't forget to subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast.
Share it with your friends.
Share this episode with your fellow investors and leave us a comment with your thoughts on Geron.
What do you think is going to happen?
What are your predictions for this stock? Until next time, happy investing.